Hello to all. Hello to all. Welcome back to another Jovian Space Systems launch. This will be a very exciting one, and so stay tuned.
The PV pressurization has stopped.
On today's flight, we will be launching the first of 22 missions for KERTAB GPS systems. These satellites are designed to be groundbreaking, as these are small GPS satellites, which are the first of its kind, actually. It can provide insanely accurate and cheap GPS services for basically an entire country. This mission will be going to a 2863 kilometer by 2863 kilometer orbit with a 35.88 degree inclination. We will
engines are primed.
We will be flying Europa Booster 005 for its first time. We will simulate a drone ship landing due to the unique requirements of this orbit. Therefore, no boost back burn will be attempted today. The booster will push its limits by traveling faster than before. If it makes it to a soft splashdown, we will be targeting
nominal.
We will be targeting a 150 kilometer an hour splashdown in the Pacific Ocean, east of the island, east of North Island of New Zealand. I am your commentator for today, Brandon. I'm the COO and lead Europa operator here. I lead Europa. On your pad is KERTAB. KERTAB. KERTAB 1. So, exciting.
FTS checkouts.
So, before we can go on, and I can explain some things, if you can talk on stream, if you feel comfortable enough, and if you can read a script and understand it, and if you are active,
Here tracking station has a two-way link with Europa.
please join our team. We need you. Mahia tracking station now has a two-way link with Europa, meaning that signal is coming to Europa and it is going back. And your signal is going to Europa with a ton of data to help the vehicle. And the vehicle is sending its data back.
Initial alignment has stopped.
Radar's initial alignment has started, meaning that those gyroscopes in the vehicle are now aligning so it can control anything. We have a 30-minute launch window today starting at 9 a.m. New Zealand Standard Time. Daylight savings time, excuse me. And it will close at 10 p.m. Oh, let's see what this says.
Please ensure top off has been secured.
top off is not secured at this time. Hold.
And we've had a hold in the count. Sounds like that top off has not secured, even though the top off valve doesn't close until about 3 minutes 30, and we're only at, that's basically in 6 minutes. So no idea what's happening here. We'll wait and stand by for any more updates we may get. Stand by.
To LD.
LD, go ahead.
It appears the valve is stuck in the closed position. We are attempting to open it. We believe it has been stuck with the super chill valves. Estimated 1 minute. Next update.
That's not good news there. We cannot. That valve has been stuck closed. So this means that we are gonna be in a hold.
LD, propellant to LD.
LD, go ahead.
We believe to have freed the valve. We are ready to resume count.
LD to propellant.
Propellant, go ahead.
Continue count on your mark.
Copy. Continue to count on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
And good news there. You had the opening of that valve plus the on hold, meaning that that valve is now open once again. Hopefully it should be smooth sailing from here. To all my American viewers, if you are watching this, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a wonderful
Europa and Europa-back pogo bleed procedure. RCS testing underway.
Pogo bleed procedure has started, meaning we are pogoing those engines.
Power is at a nominal consumption rate.
Power's at a nominal consumption rate. That power coming in from the strong back is at a nominal consumption rate. Over the past couple weeks, we have been very secretive about what comes.
For switching to internal power.
Internal power, good news there. Not internal power yet, but it's coming up soon. We are excited to announce the future in Europe, the Europa program, with Europa-9 Mark II. Europa-9 Mark II will be basically an entirely different vehicle. Different fuel systems, different engines, kind of. They're going to be the same engine, but they're going to be able to throttle better, plus have more complex engine arrangements that are including...
Where does it go at this moment of time?
That include the circular engine pattern that we all want. It will be able to carry more payload to orbit, which will be great for the company. We are expecting Europa-9 Mark II most likely at the end of December. More updates to come.
Singapore Europeans are at flight temperatures, waiting for ignition at 1.5 seconds.
More updates to come as we get closer to that initial launch date. Plus, on the launch, we will have a ton of details for you.
Testing has been completed.
And it should be a really exciting launch. With that, let's get back to this launch at hand. You heard a couple call-outs. Checkouts are switched to internal power, meaning that they
Recovery
are
areas are clear at this moment of time for launch.
great news. Recovery areas, meaning that a couple miles and kilometers worth of area are now clear for launch and booster recovery. The 9 Europes are at flight temperatures and pressures.
Switching to internal power.
And there we go. Vehicle's now switching to internal power. Everything seems to be going good.
The OPVs have been pressurized to fly.
As I always say on these, the COPVs seem like they are happy today. So, that is real good. I will not elaborate any further on what happens if they're not happy.
The vehicle is now on internal power.
And the vehicle's on internal power, meaning that it is getting all of its power from the onboard batteries. Sorry about that. Should be getting the Aiders alignment soon. Haven't heard much about that, but any second now.
Aiders is now aligned.
And there you go. Aiders speak right on cue. Aiders have been aligned. Those gyroscopes now aligned. They will control
Gas closeouts have started.
Ground gas closeouts have started, meaning that we are very close to the top off of propellant on Europa-9 today. If anyone has any questions, please put them in chat. We will do our best to answer them with the final 4 minutes remaining of the count. Just T-minus 4 minutes. Final fuel top off. T-minus 4 minutes away from the 5th flight, Europa-9 Mark 1. Reminder, this mission is carrying...
FTS has been armed.
FTS, the flight termination system, has been armed, meaning that we can blow up the vehicle in case we need. Hopefully we don't have to use that today, though.
Top-off valve has closed. Vehicle is now fully loaded with pallets.
Top-off valve has closed, meaning that replenish valve, constantly just filling those tanks up, that's no longer needed.
TVC checks have started.
Thrust vector control tests, meaning
Flight computers are communicating with the ground computers. Automated checkouts are on the way.
Meaning that, yeah, the vehicle is now fully loaded with propellant. Plus, those engines are getting their silliness out by shaking. Flight computers have communicated with ground computers. The automatic checkouts were underway. We just heard. Great news is there.
Clamps have disconnected. Strongback is retracting to 87.5 degrees pre-launch position.
And there you go. There's that strongback retraction to the 87.5 degree position.
This is the final go, no-go pull.
Oh, here we go.
Propellant.
Propellant is go.
Propulsion.
Propulsion is go.
Range. Range is no-go. Hold, hold, hold.
Range is no-go. You do not hear that often in the final go, no-go poll. Sounds like everything was going good until up to that point. We'll wait to see here. To be having range address LD as I will meet you on the other side of this hold.
This is range to LD. Reason for hold is a off nominal data problem with the weather balloon. We are currently releasing a new weather balloon. Stand by. Weather balloon release.
A new weather balloon has been released.
This is range to LD. Continue mark on my count. Continue count on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
So now the range is operator is go, meaning that we are a go for launch. Final things being done before liftoff here.
This is LD. This is the final go-no-go pull for launch. Propellant.
Propellant is go.
Propulsion.
Propulsion is go.
Range. Range is go. LD. LD is go. You're go for launch.
TTAC canisters are ready to ignite. Tanks are at flight temperatures and pressures.
You can hear it, but the final engine shell started on the 10 engines
checks have completed.
on 9 Europa-9 levels and the Europa vacuum. But
Europa-9
we are
is in startup. Flight computers have taken over the count.
We are T-minus 1 minute, so I will be quiet. Enjoy the launch. Oh, we've had another hold from the looks of it.
Hold, hold, hold.
We are in another hold.
This is LD. Reason for hold is flight computers have detected a problem. We are sorting it out and should be back within count within 1 or 2 minutes. This is LD. Continue on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
Well, finally, here we go. We should be having that launch.
Verification is verified that we are go for launch.
There we go.
Ground gas closeouts complete. Europa engines configured for flight. Flight data
Flight
is now
data is
logging.
now logging.
Here we go. T-minus 10.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition, Kev liftoff. Go Europa. Vehicle is pitching downrange, avionics, power, and telemetry nominal.
T plus 30 seconds into the 5th flight of Europa-9 with KERTAB. All systems seem to be going well as the vehicle continues to ascend into space.
Europa engine propulsion
Trajectory is nominal.
Trajectory and engine propulsion is nominal. Good callouts there. Now T plus 1 minute into flight, all 9 engines burning at full thrust on stage 1 on Europa Booster 005.
Propellant levels are nominal.
Propellant levels are nominal. There's that plume expansion showing an indicator of we are having
Europa-9 is supersonic.
Europa-9 is supersonic, going faster than speed of sound, faster than Mach 1.
Europa-9 is max Q.
Europa-9 is in the peak. Europa-9 is passing through maximum dynamic pressure, which is the peak mechanical stress Europa-9 will endure today, minus 1 re-entry for first stage, but that's a different story. As we get higher up, the atmosphere becomes thinner, so the booster... Oh! Looks like we are continuing to burn. Reminder, no boost back burn today. Onboards of that first stage, inner stage, here we go. There's Miko.
Miko, stage separation confirmed.
And Europa vacuum engine ignition confirmed. Booster now flipping around as it reorients itself for a simulated drone ship landing. Coming up on fairing deploy. And there you go, fairings have been deployed. Looks like we've had a loss of signal at stage 1.
Frame separation confirmed.
Stage 1 has deployed its grid fins, now reorienting itself. Spinning. It's kind of spinning right now. We've known that the vehicle likes to spin for a while. You're not sure why, but hopefully everything will be alright with it. Stage 2 continuing on though with the KERTAB 1 satellite for KERTAB. Hopefully stage 1 will stop its spin soon. Reminder, those RCS really are kind of burning all of the can right now, from the looks of it. Looks like also we are flying over some rain clouds from second stage. And you can also kind of see them on first stage. And there you go. We've had a SECO of the second stage awaiting that nominal parking orbit insertion from range.
Seeker, second engine cutoff confirmed.
Now we did hear that nominal parking orbit insertion.
Nominal
Force.
parking orbit.
There you go. There it is. Nominal parking orbit insertion confirmed, meaning that we are in a nominal parking orbit. Now all eyes are on the first stage here. That spin is kind of not being stabilized by the aiders.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
There's the entry burn. Hopefully that'll stabilize it. I think it may have.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
It did. The vehicle has stopped spinning. You're coming in at about 4,500 kilometers an hour. So, pretty fiery here. Okay, there's that return signal. Should be hearing that maximum re-entry dynamic pressure call out soon. Plus, we also have that, that transonic region. Okay, there's the booster.
Stage 1 landing startup.
There's the landing burn. Coming in from the clouds. It's breaking the clouds. Maximum entry dynamic pressure. That's a good sign. It has broken the clouds. It's coming down really hard. Something's exploding. Oh! And that appears to be that does appear that we've had an explosion. This was not
You seem to have an anomaly of this time.
Yep, this will not cause an investigation, as we knew that there was not a high likelihood of this thing would actually land today. But still, in an exciting way. Oh, here we go.
We appear to have lost all communication with the booster. We believe it may have rutted.
I mean, from the eye here, and I mean, I have a good seat in here in mission control, where they have a lot more views. It looks like the flight termination system may have triggered. The good news is, stage 2 with its orbit with its payload is in a nominal parking orbit. We are going into about an hour of a coast phase here. Yeah, so it's going to be a long coast phase. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the music. We will be back. And welcome back. It has been quite a long coast phase, coasting up to this altitude to about 2,800 kilometers. We do have an update regarding stage 1. During re-entry into atmosphere, we suffered a unfortunately suffered a loss of one of the grid fins, which melted during atmospheric re-entry. It was ripped off, and it completely it caused the AFTS to trigger. Basically blowing up the vehicle. But that is not important right now. Alright, just a little distracted currently. Yeah. Yeah, so we did suffer a burn through, a complete loss of one of those grid fins, which caused the automatic flight termination system to trigger. Obviously not what we wanted. Obviously, I know some of us are bummed, but we have to move on. At hand, we have an even better and important mission. And that is to deploy KERTAB 1 into its orbit, which is insanely high. We are now just about 63 kilometers away from that SES-2 second engine start, where we will reignite that engine to circularize the orbit.
Stage 2 is following a nominal trajectory.
Good news there. Is everything going good currently? Now, just a couple more kilometers away from SES-2. And after that, we should get a little, maybe like a 2.5 minute buffer between SECO-2 and payload deploy.
Propellant levels are nominal for stage 2.
Propellant levels are nominal on stage 2. Meaning that stage 2's propellant is at a nominal rate, so we can deorbit, plus put KERTAB 1 into a good orbit. Obviously needed. We like to try and bring KERTAB, we would want to bring this payload to its intended orbit. plus any payload, really. If you have stuck with us this entire time, thank you so much. It has been quite a long stream here. I mean, we are going to a pretty high altitude. To be getting those stage 2 engine cams back soon, as we will be having the second engine startup soon. We may have to extend our altitude bar and our telemetry. It's like not as much. Yeah, I mean, it goes only to 3,000. Although, with each launch, we are able to just plug the performance needed in, and it'll select a high altitude and a low altitude. So if it exceeds 3,000, something's wrong. Just something's wrong. Other way to put it here, 23 kilometers in altitude remaining until SES2. Altitude and velocity now slowing down as we reach the highest point in our orbit, also known as the apogee. We become slower. Then as we start lowering orbit, it becomes higher. Hopefully soon we will have a shorter launch. So we are almost approaching T plus 1 hour from liftoff. Just about 11 kilometers, 12 kilometers, or 10, about 9 kilometers altitude now away from SES2. We should be hearing that we should be hearing that go for SES2 coming up shortly. And then we will have that SES2. We would have that shutdown. Then we would be in a little mini coast phase, if you will, to kind of just chill everything, make all the systems, like we have to guarantee all those systems are in good health before we can actually adjust in the payload and deorbit the vehicle. You're about to have the first ever mission where we exceed an hour in length, where we have not deployed the payload, which for us is very, very rare. This will be the
go for SES2.
And there you go, the first peep from Mission Control about SES2 saying from LD saying that they are go for payload deploy. Good start. T plus 1 hour into the mission. You're still with us. Thank you so much. And just 1 kilometer away here, I will be quiet as we burn for SES2. And there you go, 2863, right at apogee. Here we go, burning any second now.
SES2.
There you go. That Europa vacuum engine burning bright and burning proud as we circularize this orbit. There you go, Seco 2, awaiting that
Seco
final.
2.
Here we go. Let's see if we have a nominal orbital insertion. We are in a loss.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And KERTAB has been brought to a nominal orbit by Europa-9 Mark I. Amazing way. Amazing way to end off this month. Coming up, we should be hearing that go for payload deploy, and payload deploy coming up shortly.
LD is go for payload deploy.
LD is go for payload deploy. Waiting on that command to be sent.
Command has been sent for payload deployment.
Command's been sent. And there you go.
Payload
KERTAB.
deployment confirmed.
KERTAB has been deployed into a nominal orbit in geostationary Earth orbit. We will now be reorienting for a deorbit burn, hopefully.
Reorientation for deorbit burn.
Here we go, reorientation for deorbit burn. Should be seeing that deorbit burn shortly.
LD is go for deorbit burn.
LD is go for deorbit burn. Here we go. Deorbit burn will deorbit the vehicle into a suborbital trajectory. Then in about roughly 4.5 hours now, that second, in about 50 minutes, excuse me, that second stage will burn up somewhere in the ocean.
Deorbit burn startup.
Europa vacuum engine burning loud and proud again. Burning all of that fuel it has left.
Deorbit burn shutdown.
Deorbit burn shut down. The vehicle has now deorbited itself. After a successful launch of Europa-9 with KERTAB, we saw a nominal second stage parking orbit, but the first stage blew up because of a grid fin being melted. So we had the AFTS, but then after a long coast phase, we ignited that Europa vacuum
Stage 2,
engine.
nominal trajectory.
We ignited that
Re-entry
Europa
interface has been decided.
We did that second engine start of the Europa, burned it nominally, shut it down, went into a nominal orbit, and deployed KERTAB and deorbited stage 2. Pretty successful mission. That is it for today. Hope you all can make the next one. It will not be as long, but everyone have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching.